There's an incredible need for learning springs. I mean, we know what the statistics are as far as children that are diagnosed. You need schools like Learning Spring to help these children. They're amazing kids with amazing abilities, and these schools help them flourish.
I think this school changed my behavior because it's like much more simpler than my old school.
Because a lot of your anxiety is allayed by him being at Learning Spring, what special magical qualities of your son have you been able to focus in on because you're not worried about, oh my God, what's going to happen day to day?
We're able to actually be mom and dad to Sam, which is so fantastic. Rather than worrying about the day-to-day of what he is or he's not getting as far as attention, therapy, help, we know that they're doing it all here at Learning Spring.
What would you say the most valuable lesson you learned here at Learning Spring is?
Stay in control.
To stay in control. Well, that's a lesson I could use myself.
I'll never forget, about 2 months after starting Learning Spring, we had a Mexican birthday party with hundreds of people.
That's not loud.
Out in Sunset Park with the DJ. As soon as we walked in, I was like, oh, so one of us has got to leave with Tomas. And he immediately looked at me and he said, where's the break room? And I was like, wow, whereas normally he would be pulling and just desperate to get out of there. He wanted to be there, but he knew like that's what he needed. And we were like, wow, this is a huge turning point. It's like all of a sudden we could start going places with him because he knew what he needed. And I feel like that's what Learning Spring gave him, was just that skill to know how to handle what he was going through.
Why do you think the symbol for Learning Spring is a tree?
When you're at Learning Spring, you grow. You grow into like your own person. You start off as a seed, then you grow into a tree.
When he arrived at Learning Spring, he could barely speak. He could speak to us one-on-one when he was at home in a comfortable environment, but as soon as he was out in public with other people, he could barely get a whisper out because he was so overwhelmed by his surroundings. When he got here, he was scared to go in. And the teacher said, that's okay, sit out here. We're gonna hang out, we'll chill out until you're comfortable. And everything was on his terms. And slowly he began to trust everybody again. For the first time in his life, he began to trust the world.
Everybody treats you nicely, and it actually helps you if you make a mistake or if if you have problems. The school is good.
I'm grateful to Autism and to Learning Spring for teaching us how to get to know my kid on a very different level than I typically would have. To see the work that he has to put into learning how to cope in the world, I have so much respect for him. And Learning Spring has given him, he didn't speak when he came here, and now the kid will not shut up. And